Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Garrett here, and we're about to start a Let's Play of Doki Doki Literature Club. I just want to do a quick little video to let you guys know if you're sensitive to certain things, you probably should just skip this one. Certain topics, per se, because there's some pretty graphic imagery in this game, and it may not go well with what sensitivities you have. If you don't know what I mean, go ahead and ask a friend. They'll have more information for you that you maybe can kind of glean out of it without getting spoilers. If you're not going to watch it, you probably don't care about spoilers anyway. But yeah, so just for those of you who maybe are a little more sensitive, maybe give this one a pass. But this is a great way to start off Horror Month, so let's get right into it.
How's it going, you lovelies? It's your boy Brandon,
James,
And Garrett.
and we're back again playing Doki Doki Literature Club for a spooky month.
oh yeah.
Super spoops.
Yeah, totally didn't spit during that intro.
It
Well,
happens,
you know.
it happens.
I was just, I was salivating with like the spoopiness of this month.
Oh my god.
So,
Stop.
So
Plus,
as you guys
like,
can tell,
so
I'm a
close.
derp, and I actually clicked the new game thing before we started.
yeah, so we can't get a whole view of the actual characters.
Which is okay.
Whatever.
You
So-
guys have seen them.
Yeah.
If you're watching this at this point, this late in the game on this game, you know who they are.
Yeah.
But you just want to see our reactions to it.
That
So
Suki's
yeah.
my favorite.
So let's decide on a name.
Oh my god.
James, because you're the newest member, you gotta pick the name.
Oh no.
Make it something anime.
Make it something anime.
Do it.
I gotta think of.
I made my character's name Light because I thought that would be pretty funny.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Let's see.
And
Since
if
I'm
you guys
not
notice, the music only
Big
gets
into
through.
Boku no Hero Academia. Let's go with Izuku.
Izuku?
How's that spelled?
Izuku? Oh, hold on.
Izuku. Yes.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's like that.
Who?
Well, Deku.
Oh, okay. I guess I could have figured that out based on Zelda. All right. So we sure this is the name?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
I'm totally not going through Instagram.
All right, who's gonna read?
Hey.
We could do different voices for the characters too.
I don't do voices. I do my voice.
All right.
You can be the narrator.
All right. All right.
'cause
I
you
see an
don't-
annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you're known each other for so long. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, everybody.
Let's not cut to conclusions, am I right?
Right.
Jesus.
We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
Ha! Ha!
I guess she's gonna do the
I overslept again!
Okay.
But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Oh wait, I did the wrong voice. Hold on, I wasn't paying attention.
Sorry, there's a voice crack in there.
Izuku had a voice crack. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Oh wait, that's now I was trying to do Izuku. Hold on. That's mean, Izuku.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all.
I guess I'm just gonna go in my room now. Bye.
Are you kidding me? I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori.
When did the cupcakes come in?
Hehehe.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Izuku, have you decided on a club to join yet?
It's about to get
A
lit up
club?
in here.
Stop.
I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I heard that was wrong, whatever. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true.
We're
You
in
told
a-
me you would join a club this year.
We're in
Did I?
anime.
Stop.
I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about.
I swear to God, I'm gonna fight you here in a second.
Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Same.
What's an anime?
Totally same.
Are we in an anime?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's getting weird.
Stop. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I died thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
So if I understand it correctly, a NEET is a person in Japan that doesn't like leave their house at all. It's kind of like what she was talking about, I believe.
I think so.
Except I think it's more specifically, it's like, yeah, we can look it up because I've seen a couple of other Let's Plays talk about this. I believe that it's like something along those lines. Like they just are just like gone away from society, basically.
Okay, it's an acronym for not in education, employment, or training.
Yeah, so they're just like, I guess lazy? I don't know.
They're bums.
But that's, I knew that was something people had talked about, so.
Okay.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright.
Can you tie up the tie?
I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Okay.
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head.
Oh god.
Can I do one of the voices for one of the characters? Because
Sure, just jump in whenever that character pops up.
you know which one I want to do.
I'm scared.
I have a feeling I do, but at the same time,
I gotta
don't
get-
spoil anything with your portrayal.
What? I'm just gonna do GPS voice for her.
No. People are watching this series that have never seen this game before. Alright. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I wish that's how school actually worked. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know,
Know what?
well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori?
Yeah?
There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is
Game
vice
over.
president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature.
Oh.
In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club.
Oh, no.
Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president.
Hello.
That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less.
And the
Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Stop. Come on, please.
Why do you even care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Cupcakes.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out.
Oh god.
I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
Sayori is me.
Jesus.
And thus marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake.
Oh god.
I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and
I
upstairs, a
can't.
section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here. Oh.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around
Get
the
up.
room. Okay. I guess I can do these. I can do this voice.
Yeah, you can do Yuri.
Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
I'm not gonna give anything.
Sayori always says nice things about you. You want to do Natsuki?
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Izuku, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
Those eyes. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
I'm the android sent by Cyberlife.
I'm deceased.
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize.
That's creepy.
Her small figure makes me think that she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori.
You can't just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
And Toby doesn't yell at them.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
A little timeout. Natsuki is my favorite.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It is great to see you again, Izuku.
Monica
Ha
smiles
ha
sweetly.
ha ha ha.
We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we're in the same class. We were in the same class last year.
Do you like my cool poses?
Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So
Yes,
having
I
her
am.
smile at me so genuinely feels a little.
I'm one.
You too, Monica?
Have you like?
Stop. Come sit down, Izuku. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Better sit next to me. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
And how about I make some tea as well?
Jesus.
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori.
I need my space.
Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where
need
Natsuki
to
grabs
fight
a
you
wrapped
right
tray
now.
and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Hooray!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats.
Aw,
The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
so cute!
I cannot eat this. Smashes against face. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Such an anime move. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite, because that's how everyone eats everything.
I put it in my bag.
Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction.
Oh,
Ooh. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Or for me to sell my soul? What?
Rip.
I
love
finally
Natsuki.
bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said.
Well, maybe. But not for you, you, dummy.
Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Ah. You keep a whole set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Window shutting down.
I'm so done.
That's not.
Rebooting.
Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad.
Oh, Jesus.
This is gonna be really interesting when I try to do whole conversations with people. All right. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the Lit Club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be so. What's the one? Google search. Embarrassed.
All right, you can stop. You can stop now. It is literally edging on spoiler territory at this point.
I'm going to fight you.
It's funny for us because we played it, but people are going to be so confused.
Like, that's what makes it funny.
For us, but it's not funny for the audience. All right.
We'll make sure you feel right at home. Okay.
I am going.
Okay, I'll change it. Whatever. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Betty?
Monica, I'm surprised.
Good.
How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member on any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know.
Dracula? Or the Count?
Want to suck your blood.
Is it okay if I do a mix?
Just go for it.
Just do it.
Something.
Okay.
It's just gonna be annoying to edit.
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing the budget, the publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy to make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into lit, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement.
Bet you sweet butt I am.
And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. That's kind of backhanded, isn't it? It must be hard to start a new club.
You can put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like lit. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can really all grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees.
Well, yeah.
Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member. They were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Izuku, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that.
I'm 19 and don't even know how to
Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess? Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Same. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your lack of own imagination and completely throw you for a loop? That is totally a stab at you, the player. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once.
It's spoopy month.
I desperately grasped something I can't relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having conversation with a rock.
Oh my god. Ouch. Oh, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. I got distracted by the wall. Really, I wouldn't have expected that Yuri rebooting. With someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. This is so meta.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Also, I read your diary.
Rip.
It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud. And give that back.
Big Anime Girls. Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes. Do it.
No. You wouldn't like them.
Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Monica's just in the back, just beating eyes until she...
Good lord.
and Yuri and Natsuki just like, you will be destroyed. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you should share some of your work, you can set a example, help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I don't even know how to do that, alright? I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
I'd just like to take the moment to point out that everybody does the same exact voice for Sayori. Everybody.
Good.
And everybody does the same voice for Monica.
It's always country accent for some reason. It's always like that. Why does that look...
Country road.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people do also the computer
We all
voice.
sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Huh?
Researching.
Reason stop, I swear to God.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. Printing off new poems.
I swear to God.
Okay, stop.
But what?
Okay, it's fine when you do the robotic voice, just don't do that. That's taking it too far.
That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that I have a new member, I think it will help us a little more, be more comfortable with each other, and strengthen of the club. Gee, I couldn't read that. Isn't that right, Izuku?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on,
Monica's-
there's still one problem.
Monica needs charging.
Jesus Christ, could you just...
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and
One of us.
I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
More like beady eyes. But
I'm sorry, I thought.
Izuku.
You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls.
knowing standards.
Right. Okay, I've decided then.
Pretty much.
I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then let's make that official. Welcome to the Lit Club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone.
That wasn't creepy at all. Alright.
No.
I got rid of them. It's only us now. I think that we can end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting. Oh my God.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Sorry. Izuku, I look forward to seeing you how to express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Oh god. Hey, Izuku, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Soya and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls.
And make our way home.
Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica.
Monica's here.
Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will come to me. That's how it always works.
You see all the 4 girls like staring at you through the bushes.
And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
And like Monica's
Alright,
just
so
standing
before we move forward, we have to make a decision. Who is gonna be Bae? Because we gotta pick words that are gonna favor whichever one we want to go with, right? So,
Yeah.
who are we going after?
I like Natsuki best.
Okay,
That's who I pick.
that's 1 vote for Natsuki.
Natsuki.
All right, I'm right there with you. When I did my playthrough of this, that's what I did.
Natsuki is best.
So I believe if we're going for Natsuki, we should do cute things.
Bunny.
Yeah, probably.
Let's find out.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Funny, cute.
That seems too obvious, but sure.
Anime.
Anime, that seems like that would go with
Anime.
that. Yeah. Vitality.
Fatality.
Jumpy or fun?
Jumpy.
That
Fun.
seems more like Sayori.
Is it? Yeah.
Climax. That's Yuri. Fun or jump, excitement, promise.
Not prayer.
She's pretty tenacious.
D?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well,
So
we
it's
can
like-
lose 1 or 2 words to the
Let's
other
do-
girls because
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Sayori.
Okay.
Um,
Oh my god.
Oh.
that's.
That's not.
Oh my.
But I want to know what happens. All right.
No, that's I didn't pick that one.
Parfait.
Yeah.
Which one am I? Destiny, fear.
No, suicide is so.
Oh, that's. Oh, okay.
I did that.
Oh, well that.
By accident.
All right. Nature. That seems
Okay.
more. That seems
Okay.
more Yuri.
Okay, yeah.
Parfait.
Yeah.
All right,
there
there we
we
go.
go.
Fluffy maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Alone.
That's,
no.
That's
Oh no.
Bubbles?
Loud.
bubbles. Bubbles.
Uncontrollable.
Candy.
Here.
Andy. Cheese. All right.
Sugar, I guess.
Sugar,
Yep.
sugar.
We're doing pretty well so far.
It's like
Sweet.
Nope, that was
Doki Doki.
Oh, that was
Doki.
Now we have
Yeah.
to choose Doki
or
Doki.
rainbow.
That it's
Do you
rainbow.
want to go Doki Doki or Rainbow?
Rainbow.
That was,
oh no.
that
we're
was
going
Sayori
for
again.
Sayori.
We're putting out the wrong signals here.
No.
We're putting-
Nibble or giggle?
What's the difference?
Okay.
Yeah, I guessed
Yay.
correctly. I guessed correctly.
Lollipop.
Lollipop. Not covered.
Chainsaw?
Good lord.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame. That's gonna
Where's my
be
bell at?
For shame.
Ding ding. Shame. Ding ding.
special,
shame.
maybe.
Ribbon? It's either ribbon or heart.
It's not ribbon.
It's not ribbon.
Okay. Holiday.
Imagination. Wonderful.
Imagination seems like that would be Yuri.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That was Sayori.
Oh my god.
I chose wrong.
Pink.
Marshmallow.
Where's their pink?
Marshmallow?
Oh, I'm torn between pink and marshmallow
It would
Pink.
pink? Is it pink? Yeah.
because she likes sweets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Marshmallow.
Yes.
Okay.
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 Sensation. That's a word.
Heartbeat.
Is that
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
okay? Heartbeat was good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey.
Kiss. Boop.
Anyway?
No, boop.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. No.
Unstable.
I just-
Disaster.
Disaster.
Incapable.
Disoriented.
I just pooped James.
Unstable.
Because, you know,
Yeah, makes sense.
we had
Hopeless.
Shopping.
me.
Beauty. Twirl. Hair or twirl? Twirl?
Twirl me?
Yes.
Yes.
12.
A
A
tone.
tone.
Wait, since.
Didn't Bouncy work before? No, wait.
No, cause that.
Dazzle, maybe? Cheeks? Which kind?
Vertigo.
Cheer.
What, James? What kind of cheeks?
No. Would it be?
The plain of booty kind?
Clouds? Yeah, heck.
Cloud seems like that would be Sayori.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Cheer.
Oh, that feels like that's Sayori.
Vertigo. Cheeks?
Cheeks.
Hey!
Okay, cool.
Alright, we got through our first poem.
Both cheeks. Hi again, Izuku. Glad to see you. You didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha.
Nah, don't worry.
Ha 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 ha.
This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word.
Fight you right now.
Well, I'm back at the literature
What's gonna
club.
happen?
I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already
Hug
hanging
me.
out. Everyone's
I'm
already
scared.
hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Izuku. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it?
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack.
I mean, it's always wearing your pants.
So, Jesus. Sayori. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga's literature.
It is.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Izuku always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
Getting the rope from the closet.
I'm gonna jump off a building now. Brandon. Thank you.
How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy that it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Oh, that's not good. Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Izuku can become good friends too.
Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
But wait, Sayori. Oh, that's the wrong voice, whatever. Me? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind.
Oh my god.
Sayori made it sound like it was like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
Is she talking to herself?
I guess that's up to me to rescue. I guess that means that it's up to me to rescue this situation. I like how this guy views himself. Like, Izuku is just like the ultimate, like, I have to be the one.
Right.
Yes. Captain America over here.
I am the chosen one.
Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Again, this seems backhanded.
Right.
It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. How do you enthusiastically take something? Like, did he rip it from?
Grab.
Did he rip it from her
boy.
hands? Like, this is rude.
like-
This is like rudeness.
No.
Like, I would like to see the video of this on the security cameras. Cause like,
Did that guy really just take that enthusiastically?
well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's seated, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Cheesy. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
I swear. Ugh.
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot.
Language.
What's the point in keeping your collection organized if somebody else is gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across a shelf. Manga?
It's manga. Anyway.
I'm jumping back and
You
forth.
read-
You have to make you call attention to my joke of jumping back and forth,
It's
alright?
manga.
You read manga, right?
I'm trying to make Izuku into the guy that doesn't know but thinks he knows, okay?
Okay, well I'm just
You can you should
Pointing it out.
emphasize, like manga. You mean
No.
manga?
manga. Don't you mean manga, Izuku?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out whether where the other person stands. I disagree. That's how you find out if where someone stands. Like what? I like this guy's logic. You have to wait till it comes up in conversation to bring it up. Like you can't
Right.
bring it up to them and find out and then be like ridiculed. Like you can't have that happen.
I have so much manga. I have My Hero Academia 1 through I think 10.
Oh wow.
So you can borrow it if you want.
How did you know anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
I wasn't sitting in your.
What's that supposed to mean? I was just thinking the same thing.
Right.
I see. There's a lone volume of manga
Thank you.
amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the
Sorry,
shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. How rude. She then
How rude.
turns to a box of... I'm just gonna let you say it.
Manga.
Manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I agree. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. He's so determined to just be absolute about things.
Monica's just yelling from the other room, "You got this!"
That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible.
Oh, no.
He's such a terrible person.
Never did a good manga.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Izuku. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Cliche.
In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses.
Wait. This isn't Doki Doki, right? We're playing Parfait Girls. Okay, I got you. Then we're gonna read.
It's
Doki
exceedingly Mo.
Oh,
What is
no.
Mo? Hold on, I'm gonna look up Mo.
Now we should look up Mo really quickly and find out what they mean by that. Exceedingly Mo. I'm assuming it's like boring, or off-putting or something like that.
No, it's not. I'll show you what Mo is.
Oh, then I have an idea. Then I have an
wanna
idea.
look.
Yeah, then I have an idea. So okay.
Okay, let's just okay. Don't just stand there.
Mo anime.
Ooh, ah?
This is Mo. It's not that bad.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet.
If you lovelies want to look up a good example of a Mo manga and a Mo anime is, look up K-On. That's a K/.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, it's that one. And also, which one's that one?
Oh, I don't remember.
Lucky Star. Look up Lucky Star or K-On, and that's examples of what Mo manga and Mo anime is. Plus, they turn it into Roll 34 like a lot.
Oh, okay.
So that's
All right.
It's like you have no.
It's
idea.
incredibly Mo.
Wow.
She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills.
Slang.
She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable?
No.
I take my seat.
I should have said it in
Chairs wouldn't work.
Monica's voice.
We can't read at the same time like that.
Eh? Why's that? I guess it's easy to be closer together like this.
I don't know what to do with it. Don't just say that. Wow. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me.
As James crosses his arms.
Immediately, we've creeped out the one girl we're trying to land. Sorry.
She's a helicopter?
Yep. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book.
She got
It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow. How long has it been since I read the beginning?
Hmm? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Yeah, are you paying attention, Brandon?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair.
I have so many.
I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot.
Ha 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 ha.
So, what should I expect from this? What kind of question is that? Is there going to be a plot?
Well, obviously.
This is when over 95% of people.
You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean...
Playing
well,
this, right?
I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with, like, a guy at the ice cream shop.
This is literally Lucky Stump.
Okay. But that. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, fight me. Fight.
Fight for the voice.
I know.
I ain't gonna do it.
No. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get, oh god, like when they get all into their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen.
And then they go to an island. I mean, that place is full of drama.
Total drama.
Island?
That's really what makes it so good.
I mean, that totally drama island. Am I right?
There are so many touching parts.
That sentence out of context would be weird. Ah, is that so?
If you could just switch.
It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Again, it's so backhanded! It's so rude! He's so rude to all of these girls!
Flip the last two words of that sentence.
I was like laughing because like I touched you, and literally as she said, touching you.
Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean?
I was wondering the same thing, Natsuki.
Don't you want your parfait?
Ew, what? Natsuki gives me a little shove. How? That's violence? That's assault? I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power.
So she goes to level power over 9,000 then?
Apparently.
No.
Monica can.
Good save.
Where's Monica at?
Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this?
Ha, ha, ha.
I'm not gonna say it anymore.
Ha, ha. Don't do the weed thing.
Is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well,
Natsuki pauses for a moment as she doesn't want to admit something.
yeah.
That's why Natsuki sounds like a stoner?
Why does that matter? No.
It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence.
Clearly.
I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga.
Sure. She did.
Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Like staring directly at
Definitely not a coincidence.
I know, I see you.
I like the inner monologue that Izuku has. Definitely not a coincidence.
Right.
I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a...
No, it's not high noon.
For all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's
Manga.
definitely one of the better ones.
Manga.
I just felt so triggered.
Not to
gonna
mention, she's
fight
really
him.
good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh,
Aww.
it's getting intense. Look
I
at
have
how
that.
it's JB Sayori.
I have that.
That's Sayori.
Hello.
Clearly it's Sayori there, guys. Yep, I'm just
Sayori.
gonna leave now. Bye.
Peace.
I have that as a wallpaper.
That?
Yeah. On
What is
the
wrong
Mac
with you?
computer.
What is wrong with you?
Hey,
What is wrong?
she's blinking and it has this music in the background. It's nice.
We read on for a few more minutes.
She's like, have you been looking at the anime again?
I've finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? He's so rude!
Oh
Please,
my-
you can get through the whole manga in like 20 minutes.
He is very rude.
He is such a rude boy.
Are you
He's a
happy?
very rude boy.
When
sure
I
this is
was
the Bakugo?
a rude boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should have named it Bakugo.
It's not.
It is.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy.
Like
You know what I mean?
Question mark.
Gotta get that lip club.
Hmm? You don't?
Oh, I don't like. That's not.
Are you getting the voice now?
Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with anyone, with any of your friends? Again,
I'm
that
sorry.
sentence.
Her
Again,
like eyes moving is creeping me out.
that's the point. All right.
Okay, good. Well, it's working.
It's meant to unsettle you. These angles.
Could you not rub it in?
What's in the closet?
Gee.
Jeez.
S.
Ah, sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids.
Oh, honey.
I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet?
Oh, you should have done Sarah's voice.
You haven't grown out of that yet? I can't remember. Makes me want to punch them in the face.
That's very violent. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time.
Oh!
But it's probably harder for someone like you. Okay. Brownie points.
Yeah, that's probably, it's pretty accurate. It's not probably accurate.
You wanna take a
Wait, which part?
No.
You wanna pick that open?
Oh, there goes my
Oh,
phone.
no, your phone.
It's okay. Sorry, audio.
Sorry, feature you.
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this.
Flop.
At least, it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it.
Monica?
Ugh, I can't win, can I?
I do not read the manga.
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Now that I think about it, they're perfect for each other. They're so rude to each other.
They really are.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
Monica.
Dun,
Monica.
dun. So, jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flip the page.
What if-
Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
What if there was a transition there that like it just flipped? So I got big last night.
Oh no. I totally forgot that happens.
That was perfectly.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky.
Oh.
But it gets especially bad when I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
Wow, this literally just flows.
Spoilers. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usually
stop.
bossy tone.
Stop.
But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it is a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone.
Eh?
Are you all ready with today's poem?
I completely forgot about the poems.
I know.
Oh, come on.
We're so engulfed in
Could
this
your
chapter.
timing be any worse?
Sorry.
Oh, by the way, before we go any further, we should make a save.
Yeah, that probably would be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I know what you're gonna say, and it will prompt us at some points, but I'm not gonna do it when it prompts us to because I want to be able to manipulate the game.
sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time in this episode. Though you do not look pretty cozy over there.
Eh? Oh, rip.
I ship it. It's like little,
Natsuki
8-bit
suddenly
HUD.
notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me, a whole foot.
Wow.
Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
End of episode.
You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but Monica just said,
Don't be dumb.
I see you
Just
guys
take it home with you.
over there.
eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. He's
Well,
so
of
rude.
course.
To the game.
It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. A whole book before. Wow. Anyway.
And if it gets
manga, you can
Oh
finish
yeah,
it in
I
like an
forgot that it
hour.
was manga. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
It's literally you right now.
by tomorrow.
That's actually.
I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it?
I am.
You didn't put a space.
Alright
between
then.
Don't.
I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff, and I carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way. Sorry, hold on. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night by clicking on the screen?
Okay, we should decide how we're gonna decide to end this because it doesn't show me how long I'm recording for. So,
Well, it's 8:39 right now.
so what time should we end at? Do you think?
Right now is a good spot for probably now. Click it until we have to choose one to read the poem first.
Okay. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've really never done this before.
Well, now that is everyone is ready. Why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook.
I did it in.
I can
Oh, good.
already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Atsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright.
So that's where we're gonna end it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, high five the like button with your thumb, and also leave a spoopy comment down below.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Hope you have a spooktastic day, whatever day you're watching this, and we'll see you next time on Broken Hearted Gaming.